Wild 94.9.
Very happy to have Bebe Rexha in the studio. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. What's going on with you?
Nothing.
So I got turned on to you, and I'm sure you hear this all the time. I know the guys, kind of, sort of, from Cash Cash.
Yeah.
And you're on that track.
Mm-hmm. Take me home.
And then did you start as a singer or a songwriter first? That's what I'm confused about.
I started as a singer. I was
Okay.
always a singer. I actually got signed when I was like 19 to Island Def Jam by L.A. Reid. And I was
Okay.
like in this like duo with Pete Wentz when like Fall Out Boy was on hiatus.
Right.
And I got signed then. I was always an artist. I was always writing. And then I got dropped from that deal, from that label. And then I started just writing songs for myself. And none of the labels really liked, like I did The Monster and nobody really thought it was a hit. Like nobody liked it.
Eminem, Rihanna?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah, so did Eminem and everybody else. No, but like I actually was writing songs for myself, and then I was super broke, so I like had to like just shop records and like kind of get them placed because
Sure.
it was either going back to like college or like getting a job. Because my parents were like, "We're gonna kick you out if you don't figure it out."
Wow.
So I had no choice.
Is there like do you, like at this point, you're a great singer, by the way. You really are. Do you like the songwriting more? Do you have any preference? Do you both?
I
don't
like
know.
being on stage. There's no. I mean, to me, it's like two different things.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's two different things, but they're both kind of one and the same. Also, because it's like sometimes when I hear like a lot of demos of songs before like bigger artists do them, and I'm like, no, I'm like that's Sia song. Like that's weird to me. Like to me, it's like when you hear a song, sometimes it's like it's an identity of the art of the songwriter or the artist. I think
Sure.
a lot of songwriters are artists, you know. But it's a different monster. But I love being on stage. It's like my fun. Like that's the funnest thing.
Yeah, you're dope, man.
So it's when I'm like, you know, it's different mindsets, you know?
Okay, so you got Cash Cash. You link up, and then what happens after that? Because that was about, I remember hearing that track maybe like, what, a year and a half ago, something like that? Somewhere around that, in that.
So
that range.
So I'm trying to remember. We did Cash Cash.
Yeah.
And then I did. I was like hanging out in Harlem a lot with this guy, Frequency, in New York City. And
I thought you meant like just some random guy. Sorry, hanging out with some random guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I was hanging out with the producers. Name was Frequency. Like,
Yeah.
and we worked at a studio on like 116th Street, and I would go there and work with him. And then we had our friends over one day, and we wrote this Monster, and then Eminem took that. And then I just started doing I was just starting getting like placements with like Tinashe, and I don't know, you know, I had an Usher song, and then went to Nick, and then just started like, you know, focusing on the songwriting and then working on my artistry and getting it right, you know?
Yeah.
But I actually started out like, I think my first like cut was when I was like 17. I had one of like the biggest K-pop songs of all time or something.
Korean pop.
Yeah, like it was like a big record.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so funny. I just came from Quickly, which is like a big boba place here.
Yeah.
And all they play is...
K-pop.
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually wrote the song a long time ago. It was whatever. It was like I did in my parents. I would write. So a lot of people don't know. Is like I would write in my parents' basement. Like
Yeah.
I loved. Like I was like I'm not gonna be one of those pop chicks that just has somebody write all their songs for them.
Sure.
Because there was this lady who used to work with Gaga and Kesha back in the day, and she was like, "You're so talented, but I'm gonna put you in this writing camp with all these older Nashville writers, and you're gonna learn how to write." And I was like this like 15-year-old girl, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I suck. Like I'm not good." And she like forced me to like learn how to write songs. So the thing is, I started getting like learning how to use Logic and like GarageBand and Pro Tools.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Really?
I would feel like I was just trying to like get into, you know, trying to perfect my craft. You know what I mean? And we did. Then I went with Guetta, and he was like playing me some stuff, and he would call me the fixer. You know, because he'd have like this studio with like all these writers in it, and then he'd bring me these songs, and he's like, "This song, something wrong with this song."
And you'd fix it.
And yeah, well, he brought me like "Hey Mama," but there was no hook on it. Like there's a hook, but it wasn't right.
Sure,
there was no
sure.
The pre-chorus, nothing was right, you know. And he'd be like, "I need a hook to this," and you know, we'd go in, and I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna," because what I like to do is when I go in the studio, I do not like to. A lot of people like to sit around a piano. I do that sometimes. Like me, myself, and I was this case where it was like on a piano, but with "Hey Mama," it was like literally me in the booth. Like I have to listen to the track once, and I need to like sing the melody on the track.
Right.
Even
like in the moment. I get what
like
I get what
3
you're saying.
takes and I'm done. Like
Sure.
I do not want to spend more than like an hour. Like if it's more than a couple hours, I can't do the song. Like it won't work. And like the faster the better. So I went in and did the hook to "Hey Mama" in like 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like that sucked, you know. I was like, this is like probably, you know, gimmicky or whatever. And then 6 months later, they were like, oh hey, we got Nicki on it, and we kept you on the hook. And I was like, oh cool. And then it did what that did, and I don't know. It was just like a lot of stuff. I don't remember.
Me, Myself, and I. So G-Eazy, how'd you get linked up with him? 'Cause that's kind of.
Well, I actually like love the song. You know, I mean it. So I was like, oh, this song is so dope. So like, I kept on asking my publisher and like everybody around me, like my old manager was like, could somebody try to get me in with this guy G Eazy? Because I'm like, I think he's super fresh and I believe in him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
great.
like, I want to like do a dope song with G. And nobody could like get hook the connection up. And then I was hanging out with one of my friends, and I was like, my friend Jeff, and I was like, I want to work with G Eazy, and he's like, oh, I could get you with him. And we literally got in like 3 days later, and sat down, met with him, and then I was like, hey, I have this song. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but it's like just me and piano. Like my my label is not sure it's for me, because at the time it was like a house version and like a piano version. And I was like, maybe it'd be dope as like with you rapping on it. And he was like, okay, let me hear it. And then he heard it and he's like, what? He's like, are you kidding me? He's like, you gotta give that to me right now. Like, I need that song. Like, we need to build on this right now. I'm like, no, maybe we should just sing from scratch. He's like, no. He's like, this, I don't need anything idea. He's like, we need to do this right now. So then all the backgrounds, all that stuff, like the beat is actually a lot of my voice. Like the ha, ha, ha,
Right.
ha, like the verse stuff.
Sure.
All my vocals. So we like laid that down, produced the beat right then and there, like laid down a rough of the beat. I sat next to Michael. G was there. And then we put the vocals that we already had in there. And then G just took it home, worked on it. And then he sent me his rap on it, and then I was like, oh, that's dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I like to hear this story, how it comes into fruition.
Well, it's kind of cool because like I was a fan of him. I was a fan of like his other stuff, and I like really like I honestly really did believe in him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think this he has like something special.
Are you more? I mean, I not to just checking out your styles and things like that. It seems like you're more. I don't know. Do you prefer hip hop? Do you prefer? I mean, if you're
it's interesting because like I feel like when you're in music too, a lot of times like I grew up I'm Albanian, so I grew up on a lot of like big drum stuff, and my mom would like grow up listening to like she loved hip hop, which is like interesting. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But like we'd always have the hip hop station on. I loved like Jay, and I grew up on a lot of hip hop music. And when I grew up writing, at the time when I first started writing, I couldn't get any beats. Nobody would send me beats because I was just this girl from
Right,
Staten
they don't know
Island.
you. I get it.
I was born in Brooklyn and then grew up in Staten Island, but nobody's gonna send you beats. If you wanted a beat,
Wu-Tang.
people would be like, yeah, Wu-Tang, there you
Wu-Tang,
go.
there you
So
go.
if you wanted a beat back in the day, you would have to lease the beats.
Well, you could buy them.
Well, no, I didn't have money like that. How was I gonna buy the beats?
Yeah.
My family was like, not like wealthy. They were like poor. So so I would find this website called SoundClick. I don't even know if it's up still to this day, but like we have to Google it. No, SoundClick. So a lot of rappers would go on there and like lease beats for like $25.
Okay.
So I would like go and like lease these beats with tags on them, and it'd be like, yeah, like they would have tags.
Yeah.
I would write to hip hop beats. So I would write pop records or like pop songs or whatever. No, I don't know if it's like just like any type of singy song on a hip hop beat.
Sure.
That's what like really influenced me is a lot of like hip hop, which is interesting. Like even hip hop songs, and I actually like even in my songwriting style, like I like mixing that. It's like interesting. And then I also like did a lot of classical. It was just weird. I just did everything musical. I just loved it.
Just out of curiosity, who do you love? Like who did you grow up to as far as in the hip hop world?
Well, I mean, like
Jay. I mean, you said
yeah,
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Like I want to be Kanye so bad. Like,
You want to be him?
I want to be Kanye so bad.
With all the Twitter rants in it. No.
All the craziness. I love him so much. I really respect the fact that he just does what he wants, and he doesn't if it's like I just like it's really hard for people to put like stuff out.
But baby, here's the thing: he can do what he wants based off the platform he's at. Does that make
But
sense?
I feel like also like the reason why
That's
he's where he's at is because he always just did what he wanted, and even if it was what people considered a flop or like a super success, he always just did what he wanted, and that's very hard to do, especially nowadays in the music industry because there's so many people in your ears, and especially me being like this this white chick, like I'll do a record and they'll be like, no, you should give that to Rihanna or you should give it to Tinashe because you really can't pull that off because you're this white chick from Staten Island, whereas like now I'm like no.
BB, you're Albanian. Let's just make that clear. Okay.
No, but now I'm like I'm gonna just do what I want and just like say what I want. And
Well, it seems like you say. I mean, you have no problem saying what you want now.
because now I don't really care anymore.
Right. So I mean, you seem like you're doing fine with that. On that tip, I think you're fine.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you got in your car right now? Who do you like? It seems like
I
you're
don't
probably.
have a car. I don't know how to drive.
Okay, fine. Well, you know what I mean. Who's in your whatever?
I don't know.
In your iPhone.
I listen to like a lot of like throwback stuff, and like sometimes I'll just listen to like I don't know. I love like I have moments like right now I'm on this Tracy Chapman thing. I know it's not hip hop, but like I'm just like on her. Like I just love it so much.
But all that stuff can influence you based off.
And like Lauryn Hill, like in the Fugees, like I'm like obsessed with it. Like I have
Love Lauryn
moments
Hill.
of it. Like I go back to it. Like I have an album that I always listen to, or like a couple of songs that I always listen to.
Yeah.
It's always the Lauryn stuff. Like,
Sure.
I'm just really obsessed with it.
That's crazy, man.
To an extreme level,
Yeah, Bebe Rexha live in studio right now with Wild 94.9. I got
Liners, yay.
No, this is not a liner.
Oh, okay.
This is a line.
I was like liners, yay.
This is a line from your Twitter. I want to say this, okay? No, it's not. Oh, it's okay. Cool.
Okay.
It's let's get one thing straight. I'm not just a Pop-Tart. No one ever put me on. I write every single song I'm on. Been hustling from day one.
Yeah.
So that, like, I always believe, like, when people tweet things, I always believe it comes from something.
Yeah.
Like, you can just tweet something, but it comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking where that came from?
No, I just feel like because I don't like trying to sit there and sift through stuff all the time, but like I read what some people say and they'll be like,
About you?
yeah, and they'll be like, oh yeah, you got put on, and I'm like, you don't even know my story. Like I've been hustling for 10 years and I've been writing, and I'm like, for me, like my art is so important to me more than anything. Like
Yeah.
I could give a shit about anything else, and I feel like I just work so hard and hustle so hard, just like a lot of the guys do around me. And
Sure.
I feel like, you know, especially when you're a female, it's a little bit harder, and I think girls are looked at as like a sex symbol, or like they're just thought to be like this pretty thing. But
Yeah.
to me, it's more than that. It's like I'm a hustler, and I know, and I'm proud of that.
I
Like,
love it.
I've been going hard for so long. I like there's stories of me going to Connecticut, taking the train, like skipping on school. Like I never went to prom. Like I didn't care about this stuff. I was always caught up in like going to the studio and making hot beats or making hot music and just really focusing on my craft. And that's what I really stand by. And that's why I'm, you know, if you say like you love singing and song, or what do you love, songwriting or being an artist? I love both, you know, but you know, songwriting is really important to me, and I stand strong by that. And that's what I think makes me unique as an artist more than anything, you know, instead of just getting a song handed to me and singing it and looking hot in a video and just being able to dance.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's
No,
that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for a bigger reason, bigger purpose.
I love everything you just said. I'm absorbing everything you just said.
I'm like,
I love
real,
it.
I got real New York. No, because
No,
because I also like when I you know I didn't, you know, you get to a certain point as an artist too, where like there's a moment where you're like, okay, now I know what I'm doing and I'm not scared. Like I feel very confident in like what I stand for, what I want to say.
I almost get the vibe. I'm sorry to cut you off. I almost get the vibe that I'm just thinking while you're talking that you feel like you have to prove yourself.
Not like I don't feel like well, with me it's like I feel like you know, like I don't know if I have to prove anymore. I think more than anything I just feel like I have to prove to myself. I just want to get better and better.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point you just like you get tired of proving things because you're just like you get past that point, you know. To me, I think it's more of like just saying things that like will like help other people, or like saying things that bother me and hopefully it'll like help chicks and guys or whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, like I feel like, you know, just I've been doing this for a while, so like but I want people to know that like you don't. A lot of people think when they see a chick, they just get put.
Yeah,
on.
they probably think
she's
that,
hot.
right? She's pretty, right?
Yeah, she's pretty.
Exactly.
Somebody put her on. Somebody's probably dating her. They put her on. Like, no, I've like worked really hard.
Right.
And like I'm here because I.
Now we're getting deep because that's the way society kind of works, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
You know
like
what
I don't want to get too deep into that because
No.
but for especially for females, it's tougher. But I'm not one of those girl chicks.
No.
Like I'm very like everybody's equal and like.
Well,
matter,
just so you know, when you walked in, I didn't think that at all. I thought, okay, no one put her on. No, she worked for every single. She's been hustling since day one. That's exactly what I thought. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I get that from you, man. You're an incredible singer, incredible performer, and incredible writer too, man.
Yeah. Are you gonna come to the show tonight?
I'd like to. I don't have any tickets.
Are you serious?
I don't
We
have
got
any
you.
tickets.
We got you.
Really?
Are you serious? You don't got tickets?
No.
We got you. We got your backstage.
I'm not just saying that. No, I don't.
VIP backstage.
Well, here's the thing, because I always like wait till last minute to ask for stuff, and I don't want to.
It was sick yesterday. It was sick. There was like it was Diddy and Chris
You guys were in LA?
LA, yeah. It was sick, and there was like French Montana. It was dope. Bebe Rexha.
You gonna bring out anyone? I know this Bebe Rexha chick. She's incredible out here, and she's incredible.
She's all right.
Is there any surprises that we're gonna expect tonight at the program?
I don't even know the surprises. They always just happen like last minute.
Really?
Yeah, like they won't even tell me. Like all I know is like before I get on stage, I'm seeing like P Diddy and Chris Brown and French Montana like on stage with G, and I'm like, how did this happen? Like
I always felt like that stuff
and
was
then I go on
calculated.
after, and I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool, man.
It's really cool.
Okay, so you've done a lot of tracks with other artists like G Eazy and Cash Cash. Is there anyone that you be into doing something with? Do you even think like that? It's just whatever happens, happens.
I just like go with them. I just go with the flow.
Go with
But
flow.
I'd love to get a song with Kanye.
I know you. would.
I'm looking at my manager like, you better make that session work, mother.
I don't even know how that would work. Probably just tweet him, man.
I don't know about tweeting, but like
Yeah, you are.
he's like excited about. He loves it. No, but I don't know. It's just. I think it's all about like now what I've noticed is like just being like in the studio and just it's like all connections and networking of friends and this and that. You know, I just worked on a song with ASAP, but he's on the G tour, and that's how it happens. You know, like you
Yeah.
meet people and then
Yeah.
so I don't know. Yeah.
It's really cool talking to you and understanding how this works because I mean you're very grounded, and I'm
Yeah?
not saying that just because we're like being recorded. Very grounded, very cool to hear
Yeah?
the story.
Cool.
Because I kind of thought that. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still hustling like all of us.
Yeah.
In my mind, before you came to the studio, I thought you were already like up here, and
Yeah,
regardless if you are or not, you're
Yeah.
very. It just sounds very genuine to me. So.
No, thank you. I think that's what makes some people great though is like the.
So you're saying that you're great?
No.
I'm kidding.
No, but like when I look at
I just like messing with
when
people.
when I look at the greats, like when I look at the great people,
Yeah.
like if you talk to them, like it's interesting. Like when you like when you end up talking to people that you really look up to, they're not like like if you get to really know them, they really think of them as normal people, and they never think of themselves as being like up here. They
Sure.
always think they have more to go, and that's
Sure.
what I learned from. That's what I learned from a lot of like bigger artists that I look up to. I'm like, wow, I'm like they don't think they're like they don't really know how like. I'm sure they have a sense, but they don't really know how dope they are, and they want to go higher. Like they think they can go higher, and I think that's what really like.
That's probably also due to experiences and what they've been through up into that point too.
Yeah, like
just like what you were
when I
saying.
met my friend Omen, who was like doing Ludacris and Drake at the time. He's a producer. He's like, I got so much more to do. He's like, I have so much. Like he just didn't think he did anything, and I was like, what? And then he taught me. Like he's a really humble person, like and very grounded. So I'm like, I want to be like that, you know.
You are. It's dope.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like I walk in here and been like, hey, like what's up? Like,
But who the hell is this?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Bebe Rexha,
thank you so much.
we see you tonight. You're dope, and thank you so much. Appreciate the
you.
time.